Shall we? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom, right, and shine? It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your hosted with the mostest, Marquis Saint. And every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive, and you're blessed to be alive too. Some days we don't feel so blessed, we feel stressed, and these days you'll be able to not be able to count your blessings, but you'll start counting your stressings, and then all of a sudden you'll be losing your cool, getting pushed past your limits, and getting frustrated. And today's topic of discussion is same but different. Temper. I know you, Mr. Sister. One of us out there, Saints Addiction, we know what it is. Man, I've had so much issues with my anger lately, or anger being expressed to me, or people not liking you, or things triggering you, or maybe it's your childhood, maybe it's the construction behind me, maybe it's the uh, incessant mistakes, maybe it's c'est la vie, such as life, part of life is frustrations. It's like this thing isn't. I I guess without frustrations, you wouldn't know how much you wanted it, right? You wouldn't know how much you wanted it if you were frustrated. You wouldn't know how bad you'd want something. If it didn't frustrate you or give you some amount of resistance, let's say if it was too easy, then you wouldn't. Then you didn't want it bad enough, or maybe you wouldn't give it as much value. Or I had a tough time giving like the meditation value, especially as a kid. I found it so hard to meditate and sit still. And now I'm starting to see people do research where there's all sorts of different levels of meditation, but they'll do like an app for meditating. I thought was pretty interesting. Just because, actually, I switched off tobacco, by the way. I'm making an announcement because if you call yourself out, you're more inclined to actually keep the, you're more inclined to keep the motivation going. And Lord knows I need the motivation. Life is so earth-shattering, it happens so fast, and tempers flare up so fast. I was trying to talk about this idea that I came up with because of my last time I had an anger. I lost my temper, lost my cool. Shouldn't have got handsy. Shouldn't get so vibrating. So I don't know. It's like every cell in my body starts to like the hairs on the back of my neck, and I wanted to be cool and under control. Some friends I've bumped heads with. Some friends stopped talking to me. Some situations have been made worse by me, especially for my temper. And they say that you will be taught by your temper, almost like an instant karma, if you will. That as soon as you launch arrows, arrows are being launched into your back, or so to speak. Like you don't see the arrows that you're launching. And for me, I've been trying to be more aware, of the arrows that I've been launching, more aware of getting engaged with that kind of behavior, right? If it doesn't vibe, I mean, it's not just your tribe, but your vibe is your tribe, and some people are going to resonate with you, and some people are going to push off of you. Apparently, I spit too much, but I gotta clear my throat sometimes. It's been hell of a day, and trying to reach myself. I almost don't think I want to do the morning motivation anymore. I hope that doesn't dissuade anybody. I feel like this has become more just me being on my own diary, and it seems like I'm less about the journey and the actual healing part of it, because I read so many different books and do so many YouTube videos, like especially like healthy relationships, and I haven't been living it. I like to live my truth. It's so much more to do with me than this with them. And sure, everybody has their dysfunctions, and sure, everybody has their faults. Mine is, my infidelity. I just didn't want to be celibate. I didn't want to be faithful, I guess, in that regard. I felt like I was cheated on, but in a matter of regards, just felt kind of neglected, and I think that's what ends up happening with most like married men or men that do end up cheating on like their wives or something, is they feel neglected, and like the nanny picks up the pace. Or apparently I talk about women too much. These are all triggers for women to lose their temper with me, and learning from these things. Um, I've done it both ways, where I've been in fidelity and faithful in relationships, and then not had sex and regretted being in that relationship. And then how me as men view sex as an actual close bonding experience. Like if we're actually having sex, then we're bonding, and if we're not, then what are we doing? And then the fear that they might not get to keep me if they don't have sex with me. I find it triggering. I don't know what to say about that. Really, honestly, I'm so done with women for here for a second, bro. Like your boy saying can just be celibate, and I think I said that about a week ago. And honestly, cleanse everything. I got almost to my birthday. I might just go live my next birthday and leave it at that. I think people think that I'm narcissistic because I actually kept to a show and like had I have a show, man. I didn't know it'd be a show. I don't even think it is a show actually. It was set up. I don't have a backdrop. I don't have only people watch are people that want to watch drama, and I'm sick of feeding that fire. I'm not trying to have drama in my life. I'm trying to have growth and healing and wisdom. And if me putting all my news out on the net is the only way, that dude, I only made $10, bro. They're literally asking me for all my ID and everything, and of course the ID, but Mark Saint, they need my full legal name and make sure they can get their taxes, and they're charging 24% on the dollar, and they get all these ads for free. They got 500,000 views on one of my the police breaking into my shop. They got 500,000 views out of it and gave me nothing for it because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers. So there's a lot of that going on, and I've only made from $4, so I made $6 from last time. So I want $10 in a year. It's not even $100 to cash out. So why do I even use YouTube? Why do I even put myself out here? I thought it was cool to just kind of document it like Periscope, but even Periscope wasn't paying me. At least they had hearts and people could instantly comment in. And matter of fact, nobody comments anymore. I think people just watch over later and they become judgmental. And I'm just giving them ammunition to fire at me later. They use it against me. It's almost like telling somebody your private secrets, and then they'll use it against you later. Like, oh, really? Your uncle fucked you? And you're like, thanks, bro. Now let's bring it up in the topic of discussion anytime you want to bring it up. So, yeah, there's a bit of misinformation, disinformation that I don't trust about the internet. Like, because you get exposed, you get. I think this is why it happens. It only happens usually like in relationships. That you really see your flaws in other people. It's different than working at a place or having fellow employees or student friend relationships. Our relationships really see how we actually interact interpersonally. Like, what are your actual intentions? And man, if we get flustered in these situations, not other situations, not like a situation like at school, this is more like a situation in, real life. And you get frustrated at college, you know, you get frustrated at work. But be it a human being and you're both hungry and you guys both want to go eat and you can't find a place to choose. Or that you have to negotiate directions on where the person wants to go, where they feel like they want to go, like not only in direction but in their lives. And what's going on in their minds? Are they healthy in their minds? Are they able to proceed? There's a lot of things that happen to everybody. I think in shell-shocked soldiers, I'm thinking PTSDs, I'm thinking CPTSDs, complex traumatic disorders. Everyone is susceptible to it. Everyone's had the weird uncle. Everyone's had something happen, and you're just like, oh fuck, bro. And then we're lucky we're mating at all. Everybody's getting fictitious signaling, mating signaling from apps. I call them pseudo suitors because all they did was just swipe, and all you're doing is just swiping. You have zero effort and intention of making it more than just a swipe scenario, and it's really hard to get from a swipe to a real life like. And I think a lot of people are out there trying to find love in all the wrong places, or trying to find any kind of connection that they can. Love is so rare, love is so hard. And then tippers flare. And I was really shocked at that. I was just like, man, if it isn't the way that we want to live, I'm here in this quiet neighborhood. I don't hear anybody yelling at anybody. And then when I want to move into my neighborhood, they're worried that I might be moving in with a yeller. And someone who can't control their temper. And I am also one of those people. You can go back 2 years ago on the show when I called out about my temper. I realized that I was so out of control, man. If I get teed off, if I think I'm being insulted, I am so ready to be offensive, right? That's why I said I stopped taking offense, because I was so ready to be pissed. And just like your boy Wayne Dyer said, he was all about it. He was like, people can't wait to take offense. They can't wait to get all bowed up and pissed. And what'd you say about my Dolphins? What'd you say about the weather? What'd you say about, like, they can't wait to be in a fight. It's almost like Fight Club. Like, you got to pick a fight with somebody. It's hard to pick a fight with someone that doesn't want to fight. Have you ever tried Fight Club? Yeah, man, if someone else is having a good time, they're just with their girl and you bumped into them, they're not trying to fucking hang out with you that way. They're not trying to fucking shoulder check your shit. They're not trying to fucking be about that life. And I'm not trying to be about that life either. I want easy going. That's why I was like, I don't want to start tearing up the weights and getting all stocky, because then dudes are commenting about my body. They're shoulder checking. They're like, you should come to Muay Thai. Then they're trying to outdo you. You're the fit guy, so now they got to beat up the top dog. And if they can beat up the top dog, then they're a top dog type shit. Man, I'm just trying to pull my body up 10 different times, 3 different sets, bro. Like, I'm trying to get 100 sit-ups out of these abs. I'm trying to fucking be as healthy as I can fucking be. And it seems like my mental stability is never at ease. I might be addicted to, on me, I found out that I might be addicted to complaining. So like my brain gets stuck on the details. Like if I can't, perfectionist, if I can't pick it apart, right? Like, well, your eyebrows off, or that's the wrong music, or you're not on time. Frustration just slips in like a motherfucker, bro. I don't understand right now. It's just like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm off the rails. I was coherent, I think, I think coherent, maybe high, possibly high. And then I'm pissed, sideways, angry. And we know people that have triggered that in us, because when we like walk past them, we'll sense it. We'll be like, oh, it's that motherfucker from, what's that called? Gym class, or dude, I don't like that dude, or whatever. Because last time I was near him, there was a conflict, right? And you conflict with people, things tend to not vibrate. And when that happens, you'll get stuck. I guess these are mine there. No, there's my lighter. I'm just trying to hold something to hold these papers. I only have a couple more to go. But there's the firing, construction. It sounds like guns going off. But last night I heard what do you call that? Fireworks? Yeah. It was like anyway, some people might have a temper for that because their dog gets all upset, and then some of this is like part of life. Like your dog has to get used to 4th of July, or you're gonna have to get used to traffic, or what other triggers, waiting in line. There's so many things like being in queue that we all have to like adjust to as human beings. There's a proper way of doing things, and I think a healthy brain is processing it properly. Like I was talking about the health channel the other day. It was just like these guys are talking about the literal sense of happy, and how that gratitude and the agency that we have, that we can take agency to like lift your own arms and wash your own body, and we'll go for a walk, get an idea, do something about it. It's amazing in itself. That's the ultimate freedom. But also gratitude, man. Like fucking gratitude. Like I'm feeling some skin on my back. Those beautiful trees behind me. I just realized I never get to see trees when I'm in Vegas, and that I'm even blessed to even have life and love in my life, and that even there's even a chance at life and love, and that I might even be able to Might able be able to pull this off without having a temper tantrum or anger or resentment or firing up anybody or getting the worst out of people. Because even if I don't argue, I can get the temper out of other people, and I don't want that. I don't want that result anymore. I don't want people yelling at me. I don't want people angry at me. I don't want people to have tempers at me. I mean, it's just really not the business. So, temper. What did it say? Temper. Or what is it? Shame, I know your name. Temper, I know you're Mister. You know, like they say. Oh man, there goes all that weed. Sure. They say that that's when you know you're mature is if you can control your own emotions. Wish I was better at that. I don't know. Emotions seem so raw and real. They're so there, and it's like it's in front of you. It's the first thing you expect. You think it's the ghost, and then you turn on the light, and it's the coat. Right? And what they were saying is that we need to spend more time in our subconscious. You hear that? Time for boxing, Thai boxing. That like our consciousness is the iceberg that we only see. There is so much more deeper inside of us, dude. And usually these are I think how they phrased it, if I can say this correctly, is programming. Well, I think loud as fuck. Come on, Kai. That guy's crazy. Thailand's crazy. It's wild. Fuck wild. Shit's going down. Yeah. So life is going to test you guys, man. Test us all the time, and then we'll get really frustrated. We try really hard, and the things don't go our way. And when they don't go our way, you're gonna get mad for every nail that's hammered in your head, or you're gonna get able to lose yourself and your consciousness to get ahead. Like, fuck, bro. There's so much dread out there. There's so much uh, hate and harm, and then to add to it, I'm no saint, bro. I've seen myself do it. I've calling myself out on this because I've seen myself get frustrated with people, and then I'm curt with people. Then I like let my finger out like my mom, or I think I'm like my dad, and I might be like, "You need to get your shit straight. Get get in motorcycle mode, or let's get in huddle mode, or let's get in focus mode, or let's get in and like I think I don't know. I just keep like let's amp it up and step up. And I'm all flexed and I'm just, let's go, you're fucking tripping me out. And like, dude, you're like losing your shit that way. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that reaction anymore. What reaction can I give people? How do I talk to people without being a dick or with the wrong tone or knowing how I want to be treated, right? Like, that's one of the temper, I know you're Mister. How do you want to be treated? So if you want to treat others like you want to be treated, you actually ask yourself, what would be cordial for you? It seems like I do a lot of faux pas. Like I got my shirt off in establishments. I smoke weed in establishments, and I don't buy beer in those establishments. They start seeing me as a user. They don't like my aura. They don't like what I'm about, and they just go, okay, get them out, and we don't want you around here. You're not buying anything anyway. And yeah, the reputation superseded itself, and then dude's like, I want you here, and then he's like really barky about it. I don't know why, but he didn't have to get that temper flared up anyway, right? It's just not about the temper thing. Like temper, I know you're Mister because you're trying to fucking get elevated all the time and live in cortisol levels and be freaked out and think the worst and all these other things. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let nature be my guide. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna fucking take every day straight by stride. Today's Monday. It's another day to get after. I went and got the Google name switch this morning so I can make my full $10. They don't cash you out till $100 in Google, but there you go. It went from 4 to 10, so I must have made $6 somehow, some way, and I think some of them are in tips. I don't know how that fucking works, and I don't even make enough money off of YouTube to do this thing. That's why it's like all this work, and it's only $10. You gotta ask yourself, is it worth it, having your life online so that your girl can watch you, and pick it apart if you have a different view about her, and it's almost like living in the real world where you really do feel a certain type of way about your roommate, but you would never say that to your roommate, right? You don't want static. You don't want to be all up in their face and be like, man, you're really an asshole in the morning. Most people don't want to hear that kind of information, but it could be true information, right? Like, could be the truth, right? Like, nobody wants to hear the truth. Like, fuck, dude, every morning you're shouting and complaining. People want to know. Cut, cut. Hammer, hammer. Clear throat. Snort, snort. Sneeze, sneeze. There's been complaints against me. I make too much noises in the morning. Yup. That I blow my nose too much, or that I spit too much, or it's not my fault I got allergies. Watch your temper. You're gonna have allergies too. Watch, you're gonna sneeze too. Watch, you're gonna be on fucking the traffic too. We all have to wait in queue. These things happen, and that's what I've been trying to say to people. Be more human. Be more aware. Sense it in yourself, because once you're off the rails, you're off the rails. It's like a lot of people are yelling at their kids. I'm watching people give fucking beers to 3-year-olds and then kissing them later, and they're trying to teach them how to kiss and then kissing them on the lips. He's 3. He doesn't need to be kissing grown ass women on the lips and drinking beer. What the fuck? Fucking Russian people, man. Where he's 3 and he doesn't need to be taking pictures of your naked ass on the fucking beach. I'm like, can I help you? While you're trying to take your OnlyFans photos with your legs spread open. It was so inappropriate. So, yeah, man. Life's a motherfucking trip, bro. 1 minute you're super chill, and the next minute, based off of events or emotions or external things, you could be so pissed off. Like I was the other day, I was on the phone with my family, and the girl attacked me. She actually had a weapon in it, and I was so pissed off. I actually saw that chick again. She made no eye contact with me. Didn't want to say sorry. Didn't want to apologize. Her man was with her too. They still together, still at the same place, like nothing happened. And I can't believe I got attacked in front of my family on phone. And I went from super cool, chill, like this, with the breeze and the fucking chill in the hammock and fucking talking to my nephew to boom, fighting a fucking chick I don't even know her name. Kicking her out of my area, kicking her down the street. It was violent. And I'm just like, you want to keep life calm, but life doesn't have a Nerf ball. You want things to be perfect, but there's no crystal ball. There is no way, rhyme, or reason. None of this stuff is put together properly, and none of us know. So, for me, try to do the best of what I can and what I got. I'm not always perfect. Lord knows I make mistakes, and I do, man. I fucking said Saints addiction up front. I was telling my friend, um, and she was like, "You went to South Korean prison?" Like the other one thinks I mention it a lot, but this one I went to. You went to South Korean prison? I didn't even know, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't really like tell everybody, but like if someone's close to me, I say I've been through this really horrible thing. Why it's sawing, and you're probably hearing this." You know how people say they've been in car accidents or that they have health issues? You know, I tore my meniscus in '96, or I have a vertebrae loose, or, my shoulder is torn, or people tell you that they have hepatitis, I think, or, I'm anemic or something, right? They announce these things. I'm like, I'm a convict up front. And she's saying I talk about it too much. 4 p.m. We'll be back by then. Okay, 4 p.m. He'll be back. Good. Um, I don't know, man. It's hard not to say not to get triggered because it comes out of nowhere. You can be so furious. You can be so pissed off. And it can continue on. It can become abusive. You can nitpick the fuck out of somebody. You can constantly beat someone down. The one girl was on the journey with her German friend and she was calling her autistic and making her feel short and like she wasn't doing things right and just constantly on her, judging her, picking her apart. And unfortunately, I've had that happen to me, and I've been that travel partner where I was like, "You got to be tough. You got to get this going." Now we're wrestling. Let's go. Get tough. Get tough. Brazil. Brazil. Yeah, that was probably not the best approach, and I also admit that too. So, man, if it's not a foot up the ass, it's one upside the head. We don't learn faster, then it's going to be more drama. And I don't want to be a part of the drama. I'm trying to be a part of the solution. I don't know what else to do. Everything else in life is gonna have to come true. It's gonna have some light in the end. It's the only way things grow, yo. And have some light at the end of the tunnel, some hope, something to get us through because it ain't our tempers. It isn't the flare ups on the road rage. It isn't how quick someone can take control over your mental and your mentality. Stuff like that. They say mental health is how fast you lose it. How long does it take you to lose it? And how long does it take you to get it back? So how long it takes for you to get unstable and how long does it take you to unwind to get back to stable? And that's your mental health barometer. Finally figured it out. And happiness is a combination of gratitude and agency. That you have your actual willpower, you have your actual digits, and I don't know what else to call it. Your not your fundamentals, your fundamental. But you have your ligaments. Can I say ligaments? Would that make any sense? Did you even have any free will or willpower? Agency, free agency, capabilities, wherewithal is what I'm thinking. Um, you got your marbles, you know, you got it together. That's why I talk about this every morning is I got to get my mind together and think about the best way I can approach people and other me the best decisions, Lord knows. You know, I was out on a limb. This wasn't like my best made plan, but makes rest assured I'm making plans. I'm getting the Google thing back up and I'm leaving it open because any moment it could hit just like it did last time and it'll hit a 500,000 views and I'd like to get that 20 grand. I'd like to be forthright and have enough money in my life that I can take care of some future wife, baby, child, some kind of situation. I gotta be the vision for a vision. I gotta step up and be the type of person that I've been trying to angle to be. And it's kind of like the seasons changed and things are rearranged. So it's time to stop bullshitting. I don't have time to have my energy intertwined with something that's negative, combative, or gets the worst out of me right now to be efficient. So I got on the Google track, got the appointment for Kuala Lumpur. That stuff's still going down. Opening the laptop more, and we'll see if I can get these designs done within the next 2 weeks. I got the logo to do, shirts to orders to get done, and that'll be that. So time to stay focused and relax at the same time. Live in some kind of balance. Find that inside yourself. If you go swing from pendulum to pendulum to extremes, you realize that it's hard to slow yourself down and really hold yourself steady. And looking for more of a rhythmic beat going forward than a side to side going sideways. So twisted sideways, born in the days. Twisted sideways, born in the days. Twisted sideways, born in the days. Fucking construction's crazy. But hey, at least someone's working. I need to get to work too. So it's Tuesday. It's time to get shit done. Can't fuck around. I really need to get it. I think I got the situation with Google handled in my tax information so they can unlock my Google AdSense. I got my buddy at Google. Maybe you can pair me with somebody at Google AdSense or Google Merch. I heard there's Google Merch, so I'm trying to get those designs up and going. And then what else? What else? Let's do this damn thing. Let's launch it at the world, bro. Let's get in where we fit in and make the dream a reality of being able to make income overseas and then live overseas and live in paradise as long as you please. And then when the seasons change, it's time to rearrange and do something differently. So, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe below. Yeah, bro, this is it. Everything's under construction. Everything's under change. Buildings are going up left, right, and straight. It's fucking crazy. So I gotta get a part of it and get this deal closed. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. Make it happen. Peace.